Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My life was like the bubble economy. Back in 1986, I was dancing all night at Juliana, Tokyo.
Wow.
Not 100% true. But yes, my life was shining. And I was dancing merrily in my life, as it were. That year, in 1986, I finished graduate school and I started to teach at a college. I was full of ambition and I thought, I'll be a great teacher, yay! But in 1992, the bubble economy burst. And 10 years later, my personal bubble also burst. In 2002, my university introduced the so-called student evaluation of teachers. At the end of each semester, twice a year, students evaluate their professors' lessons, and a month later, in March and September, the result is mailed to each professor in a white envelope. The score is scaled at 1 to 5, and the average of the entire school has almost always been around 4. But my score was always below the average, 3.5. At that time, in the classroom, I was always talking, and my students were almost always sleeping. Well, I spoke without any live gesture or variation of voice, a monotone speech. I was very good at hypnotizing my students. So, I definitely needed teaching and speaking skills, and I thought that skills for public speaking would be helpful. So I started studying here at Richard Speech Academy in August 2009. The New Year term 2010, my first Speech 3 term, the theme was storytelling, and I chose a rakugo story, Time Noodles. Delicious noodles, how much? 16 won, sir. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it now? 9, sir? 10, 11? Still a monotone speech. And during that term, I received a white envelope. It was the result of my student evaluation of my lessons from my university. The result was 3.5. But しょうがない. It can be helped because I started studying here at this academy quite recently, and I continued trying to improve my speaking skills. Another New Year term came a year later. Again, storytelling. I chose an American short story with British and French accent. Clearly, monsieur, you are the victim. And I was a victim, really, in my school's student evaluation. Again, 3.5. Well, but I didn't stop studying here at this academy and continued practicing my speeches. This year, during the summer term 2012, I received a white envelope again. Yes, the student evaluation. I looked at it and 4.5! Wow, I made it! After 10 years of struggle in teaching at college, I received a number above the average for the first time. Three years of continuous efforts at this academy finally borne fruit. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to study, continue to make effort with persistence and practice, and one day, suddenly, it will become part of your body. Thank you.
Okay, it's just around 5 minutes. Good for you. But you were rushing too much at the end.
Okay.
That's not the way to end a speech, Yoshi. You're just rushing, same speed, and then came back.
Right.
You've got to slow down and... Wow, it's you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Comments are open.
Yeah, similar comment, but also the Yoshi-san said thank you, Yun. So
Too fast.
Too fast.
pause.
Too fast.
Stay there.
At the end.
Pause is the language of the effective speaker.
Yeah.
Second, Mushu's playing, they're a little bit difficult to the difference of playing and your narration. It's a very similar.
Characterization and
Yeah.
narration.
Yeah. There's also no pause.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything sounded rushed today.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hypnotizing. You better change that word.
Yeah, I couldn't find
Yeah.
a better word actually. First, I used I was very good at making students sleep,
Mhm.
but it's I didn't like that
Mhm.
phrase, so I just tried to find and I couldn't find any suitable words, so I
Mhm.
used that. Yeah.
Right, but you know, it's a word that probably a lot of people will not immediately
Right,
get.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I thought so too.
let's change that word to something else. Stress the words such as, I thought public speaking would be good, but public speaking is the key word, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, pause, public speaking, pause.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So each sentence requires more stress on the key words. Do the time noodles with much more monotone.
Okay.
It sounds actually pretty good. So.
Okay.
Do it haltingly, boringly.
Okay.
You know, I mean, really exaggerate the
Okay.
boredom.
Okay.
And then there's a time frame. This summer,
Yes.
right? When you come to this summer,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see, just before that, you were talking about the different rotations of storytelling and your
Mhm.
study in
Mhm.
speech 3. So you should stamp the time. This summer, 3 years after I started speech 1,
Okay. Okay.
right? 3 years after I started speech 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
That will remind us how long time has passed.
Okay. This summer.
Now, I'm jumping a little bit earlier in your speech, and you talk about evaluation coming in March and September. When you first, can you say that sentence again?
That part?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
At the end of each semester, twice a year, students evaluate their professors' lessons. And a month later, in March and September, the result is mailed to each professor in a white envelope.
Too long.
Too long.
Crowding data.
Okay.
You know, that's-
Okay.
you understand, everybody? The trend of how to improve your content is very simple.
Mhm.
Don't overcrowd data into one
Okay.
sentence.
Okay.
Overcrowd.
Right.
So a new evaluation system was made.
Right.
Period. You understand what I'm saying, so I don't have to show you the exact example, but same point. Yeah, okay, you have a comment?
I couldn't catch the process after Mushu's playing and
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
making progress after Mushu's playing.
Mm.
Yeah.
But this logical step is a little bit how to say.
Mm. Mm.
I couldn't see the image,
Mm.
your growth after
Mm.
issues
Yeah.
playing.
Right.
So after you suddenly get a point
Mm.
from 0.5,
Mm.
you you say that you continued,
Mhm.
but little bit more words. How to say?
It's a good comment, actually.
Right.
We see the bad time
Yeah.
process,
Mhm.
but the good result process is not shown.
Right.
Yeah, so think about that point a little bit.
Good result
Yeah.
process.
You simply mentioned I continued to practice.
Right.
Then this summer I got that. But in the continuation of your practice, training, what are some good, you want to see some good results. And also, the monsieur part should be, the content should be different. It should be something speech one people will also understand, or first time observers will also understand.
yeah.
If you suddenly go into this French accent, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Right, that's right.
Because it's a completely, unrelated part. But if you have a part from a narration of the story, that is an easy sentence for people to understand, and we understand it's part of some story because we're focusing on the speaking style anyway. So, and if you put in the accent, it confuses, it gives too many layers, and then people are thinking, what, the accent was good or bad, or you see? So don't show the characterization part, show a narration part, easy point. The only thing you want to show is your speaking style progress, or lack of progress, whichever, right? That's the only thing you want to show. You don't want to confuse the people with characterization, especially with the French accent. Everything okay? Yeah, go ahead.
I wonder that your third time, 4.5 time envelope part. Yeah, we understand that the white envelope, the meaning, so you don't have to say that.
No, we need it. We need it.
Envelope
Yeah.
is okay, needed, but after that envelope, evaluation, so is that
Absolutely needed. Absolutely needed. Because
Needed?
people are thinking, maybe that's a progress report from the academy. Trust me, Kenshi, we need it. First time listeners will not. You need it. Don't change it. Don't
Okay.
change it. Cancel that comment. You need it. You need it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.